Improving your ground handling skills is very important for paragliding, both for your safety on the launch site and for building your confidence before you're actually going to fly. What you're looking for is about 10 to 20 kilometers an hour of wind on an open slope. It's better to try and do ground handling on a slightly sloping field than on a flat field, because on a flat field your wing will sit back slightly from vertical and makes it harder to get a real feeling of what the glider will do on a launch site. Quite often, if you just go to a paragliding site early in the morning before the crowds arrive, you can just go off to the one side and just practice there. Stay back from the actual launching area a little bit so that you're more on the flat top of the hill and you won't fly off the slope. But that gives you a really good real situation to try and learn what the wing's going to be doing in a typical airflow on the launch site. Always remember to wear your helmet. It's really important when you're ground handling because you're very close to the ground. So it's quite easy to just get tripped over or get lifted up into the air and then bang your head on something. So put your helmet on. Also use back protection. It's a good idea to have a harness with foam in the back that's going to be available for you when you get plucked and dumped on the ground. You don't need to fall from very far to start breaking bones in your back. So really just use your normal harness. Most of them have got back protection in. Also use your gloves. It's very easy to get line burn. And use your boots as you would for normal paragliding. Maybe you're flying trainers, but definitely not in sandals. Because you're going to get dragged around across the ground. There might be some rubbish lying there. You don't want to mess up your feet. Use your normal equipment, what you'd normally use for flying. That gives you good practice, gets you familiar with the feeling of your harness and your glider. If you'd like, we often have ground handling wings and harnesses really cheap on our website. Those are there for you to get hold of so you can trash them. So if you've got an unfriendly field that you're going to be ground handling in, or very muddy, or you just don't want to damage your wing, you can pick up one of those. On to skills to try. In the beginning, just focus on keeping it up in a reversed position. So do a reverse launch facing the wing, pull the wing up, and just work on keeping it up. Nothing fancy, just moving under the wing to center it. Whenever it falls over one side or the other, moving your feet, keeping the wing up. Try and do small brake corrections and big corrections with your feet. But then mix it up. Do it the other way around, just so that you can learn what the inputs are doing. Use no foot input at all, just stay in one spot and try and do everything on the brakes and see how that changes the feeling of the wing and its responses. Then turn around and face forward, doing the same by feeling alone. So you're just looking at the ground, you're just looking ahead and you're feeling what the wing's doing, which way it's pulling, responding to move underneath the wing if it's pulling one way or the other, trying to feel what brake you need to put in just to correct the yaw in the wing and to bring it back to center. You can spend quite a long time just walking around until you feel completely connected with your wing. Then practice loading up the chest strap before running. This helps prevent the harness from sliding up your legs, and it also gives you much better connection to the wing than running upright. So try and load the chest strap up and then increase to flying speed, covering the minimum distance. This can take you days to get this right. It's just a feeling of when you need to accelerate with your legs so that you match the wing speed as it's increasing. So try and get it to launch you and get cleanly off the ground without much of a pendulum. You don't want to try and swing ahead of the wing and then the wing catches up and dumps you. So just practice on that, loading up the chest strap, increasing to flying speed with the minimum distance covered. Then work on your transitions. So go back from a reverse launch position turning without bobbing your head, trying to keep a low martial arts stance that you can swing around to facing forward and turn back to face reverse without the glider being aware that you've actually moved. And focus on getting a smooth, continuous pull-up. So from reverse position, bringing the wing up, turning continuously and running with a short launch run. If you keep that process really smooth, you can get a nice, short, effective launch. Then work on slowly bringing the wing up. So controlling that speed, that it's coming up with a slow rise. You control the speed by your movement. So moving away from the wing or towards the wing to control that pull-up speed, taking the power out of the wing to bring it up as slowly as you can so that it's still coming up all the time and it's not dropping back. Then work on a slow descent, controlling the descent speed by using your A's. This will give you some control, develop a feeling of the power in the wing, and also save your wing from being whacked down on the ground. Then explore the stall point. Try and drop the wing back a little bit, either just by walking towards it or using a bit of brakes, or both. And try and establish exactly where the point is on the arc that your wing stalls. Every wing is different, depends on the wind speed as well and the slope that you're standing on. But it's very good to get an idea of when it's about to stall. And just as it stalls, see if you can get it to refly. So work with that, stalling it, letting it refly. You might need to grab the A's to re-engage it, to energize it again. Depends on the wing. But play with that and experiment with more or less stall so that you really learn about that transition phase between the wing flying and the wing not flying. Then explore the pitch forward. Allow the wing to search ahead of you on launch without checking it on the brakes, and see if you can anticipate when it's going to collapse. A sharp jab down on the brakes will catch the collapse, but often it's going to front tuck, then blow back behind you. You need to reverse pull it up again, and just do that over and over until you develop a feeling of what the wings looks like and feels like just before it collapses in front of you. Do tip touches to develop fine control on the brakes, sending the wing over to the side really slowly, trying to keep your body position fixed, leaning away from the wing, so rotate your body slightly so you've got a nice balanced position, and then use the brake to just slowly fly the wing back up overhead. Do it on both sides. This develops real fine control on the brakes. It's much easier to stall the wing tip when it's over on the side. So if you can fly it back up and put it back down again, you know you've developed quite good control on your brakes. Then try some pull-up variations. See if your wing will pull up without the A's, just leaning back into a stiff breeze. And if it does that, see if you can control the wing using the back risers only. So leaning back, letting the wing come up, and then controlling the pitch with the back risers. Try both A's in one hand and the brake in the other, and swapping hands. That's quite a useful technique for thermic launches and when you're not quite sure about the wind direction or it's changing a lot. Practice that, swapping hands, pulling the wing up, keeping control. Practice hooking the brake with your finger so that you've got both brakes with that technique. It's a nice variation. And also experiment with the A's and C's launch. See if that works on your wing, what it's like, how much steering you've got. It's all about learning about your wing and your options. There's lots of extra things you can try with ground handling. If you're bored with those 10 exercises that I've given you, you can try skew launches, try aborted launches, cobra launches, try launching backwards while still facing the wing in the reverse position and then swinging out in the air. try a no control launch. That's where you don't put any input on the brakes and try and do it all with body weight. Just bring the wing up, balancing it, turning, running off, launching. If you're still bored, go and look for some turbulence. Just like the crows, they love to play behind something that's creating rotor. Well, you've got that nice open slope for your ground handling. Go find an obstacle and mess around behind that. So you learn about broken airflow and bringing the wing up from dead air up into strong wind. Put some obstacles out, run around them, have fun.